All right, so here we are, another madcap road trip in LA, and I'm with my favorite girl in wrestling.
Oh my God!
My favorite girl.
Yay!
Yeah, Shannon Ward, aka Daffney Unger. You may remember from WCW. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, it's good. It's so great. We finally get to meet and get you on Reality Check.
I know. I'm never on the West Coast, so it's kind of hard to get out here and do stuff.
I know. We've been emailing each other for like the past year.
Yep. Always Danny.
That's right. They all know me. If you go this way.
I didn't know that was for real. And you're like, I'm literally stuttering Danny. I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, you didn't know about that, huh?
No, I didn't know. But hey, I didn't know what you looked like either. So it's really cool to meet.
Even though you've checked out our site before, you didn't see my picture on there.
I guess I did, but I just didn't sink in.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't know what you looked like. So, but it's all good.
Yeah. So you were the Scream Queen, and well, you are the Scream Queen, and you've been in. You can give people where you've been lately since WCW's demise.
I've been working for Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling, which is Dusty Rhodes Federation out of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And actually, we just got TV. I just found out like a couple days ago, supposedly, we got like 52 markets in the Southeast.
Wow.
So at the end of February, we're supposed to be going on air, I think like Saturdays at 10 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah, too bad we can't get out of here. I mean, there's too many talented wrestlers out there that need to be exposed. I mean, this is one big federation. It sucks.
I agree. I think that, I hope this WWA thing, picks up and takes off, and I hope that XWF lands a TV deal. And TCW needs to get a TV deal. I think there needs to be lots of variety and lots of things to choose from, because although it's a great product what's out there now, it's just really good. There's so much talent, and there's so many things, so many people that I love to watch that you just don't get a chance to see,
Yeah. So like now I understand with TCW, you just won an award, didn't you?
What an award!
I heard you got like a Manager of the Year award.
No, I didn't hear that. Hey,
yeah.
If I did, kill, all right.
I read that on the website. Yeah, because you managed Scotty Riggs to the world title, right?
Yes, I managed Riggs, and he's been our world champion for about 6 months now, and I just enjoy working with him. We've got really good chemistry, and it's really cool being a valet for the champ, So
yeah. What, did he beat Barry Windham for that title?
Yeah, we beat Barry Windham.
Wow.
We've had to defend it. We were defending against the TCW Giant Ron Race. Uh-huh. He's this big 7'2", 400-pound dude. Uh-huh. And he has a match against actually Dustin Rhodes, a steel cage match next week.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to that. I'm just going to stay on the outside of the cage and just scream.
Yeah. You do good at that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So like you're as the persona of Daffney Unger in TCW also, right?
Yeah, I'm still Daffney.
Yeah.
But I have a couple other characters. I mean, I had the contest on my site, and I had a lot of people send me in some really cool ideas and some really cool names. Uh-huh. And I put it out there that I'm an actress, and I'm totally willing to do another character. I enjoy doing Daffney, but I would love to do something else.
Yeah, like what else would you like to do?
Well, I'm trying to get them the whole Crowbar is Devon Storm, and I'm trying to get them to Rain. Uh-huh. Devon Storm and Rain.
Yeah. But I mean, I love the kooky wildness of Daffney, and like I thought you were like a dead-on hardcore goth chick, but like I thought you were somebody from because there's a huge goth scene in San Francisco, and I could have sworn I'd seen you at a goth club in the city. Like wearing a black wedding dress somewhere. I was like,
well, I did do that, but that was just for TV. But no, I mean, I get into some of that type of music and some of that scene. But I think that just because I have black hair and tattoos, I get automatically pinned like that. Yeah. People think that that's what I am. And I mean, I can do that look, but I think I can do other stuff too.
Is your hair dyed black?
I dye it like blue-black, like Wonder Woman, because I gotta look like Linda Carter.
You're a huge Wonder Woman fan.
Oh, yeah. You know me. I love Wonder Woman. I love Linda Carter. Actually, one of Rich's fans, his mom, I'm good friends with the kid. He's a senior in high school, and his mom, he has lunch with Linda Carter, like once a month.
Kidding.
She's like in D.C. So I was like, all right. And I kind of take, when her son comes to shows, I take care of him, and I make sure he's doing okay. So she's real nice, and she likes me a lot. She's like, well, if you ever come to DC, then I'm gonna take you out to lunch with Linda Carter. And I'm like, oh, I'm not worthy. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what is the tattoo on your back? What is that design?
It's actually Celtic love knots, and then it's a moon and cloud and stars. It's like a night scene. That's what it is.
How long ago did you get that?
Almost 6 years. Yeah, it's older. And
what's the one on your wrist?
It's ugly. It's horrible. It's just shamrock and some Celtic knotwork and a bracelet, and it looks really ghetto. That's all right.
That's cool. Cool. Yeah. So the fact, I mean, you black hair and tattoos. I mean, you're not of the norm. You kind of like were like somebody that was always different growing up, weren't you? Just kind of like never went with the trend.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, I got my first tattoo when I was like 16, and kind of.
Is that your first one?
My first tattoo, actually, my tattoo on my back is a cover-up of my first tattoo.
Oh.
Yeah, so the first tattoo, you can't see it anymore, but I kind of, I went to night school in high school. I finished high school and I finished college, but I just couldn't get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a morning person. So.
So how much, like especially like when you're WCW, like how much of it, like how would you say Daffney is different than Shannon Ward?
I want to get in the picture.
Hey,
Hi, Mom. Send money. Love you. He doesn't need money, Mom.
I'm sure he does, and I saw that rock in his ear. Daffney, I mean, is crazy and psycho, and I don't, I'm perfectly sane. So, I can act a little crazy when I'm having a good time, but, Daffney is a troublemaker and that sort of thing. And, I'm pretty laid back and, pretty law-abiding citizen, so,
Yeah, well, Daffney started out like disturbingly psychotic when she debuted.
Yeah.
But then she became lovable psycho.
Yeah, I tried to work it in there where, like the kids would like me and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I felt like I was lovable, unless you like Miss Hancock better than
you and her, they're my two favorite. You and Miss Hancock were my two favorite girls in wrestling.
Oh, really?
But, so it's kind of weird that you feud, and I kind of related to the David Flair angle. I was in love with you, but in lust with her. But the thing is, if it was me, I'd stick with the girl that I'd loved because I know the girl that was in lust with, that would just be a temporary thing. That's what you got to think about.
Well,
we gotta go with the.
I like to think that people lust over me as well, even though I don't have legs up to my armpits and a little pinhead.
I know, I'm a leg man, so I just that was my weakness with her,
You're a leg man. Okay.
Yeah. I heard she's going out with Test. You hear about that?
Yeah, I did. I should probably no comment there.
Okay, no comment.
I heard that there was a little domestic Test had a girlfriend already, and and she didn't care, and I think that's kind of bitchy. So
but I mean that's the thing. Even one thing.
I'm still in other people's men,
Yeah, like I've been a wrestling fan for a long time, but like even with wrestling, like I've learned to like girls for the right reasons. Like that's why I just identify with Daffney. She just was just so like. That's the type of girl I want to be with. Just person. It's kind of weird. Like certain let's say there's so many all these Barbie doll girls with no personality. They're all looks and no personality. That's what I admired about you. You got personality. And character, that's what I really admired most. That you were just entertaining, that's just what drew me to you, and just grew to really admire you, the way you performed.
Thank you for saying so.
Yeah, well, and I mean it too.
Oh, thank you.
One person I kind of compare, completely different. Like you kind of remind me of. Do you remember Precious, who worked with gorgeous Jimmy Garvin? But the only thing you have in common.
I feel horrible. Sorry, Precious.
Yeah. She was from the early '80s. Just.
I think of when you say Precious. I think of Precious and Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah. or the Lord of the Rings.
Sorry.
Lord of the Rings. Gollum. Gollum, my precious.
That was a great film.
Actually, go see Brotherhood of the Wolf. That dude stars in the movie. Looks exactly like Triple H.
Really?
The hero, and his partner looks like The Rock as the Scorpion King. But but the guy has real hair. But
that looks like a good film. I want to see that. I want to see Count of Monte Cristo. That looks really good too.
Yeah. But I mean, just think of Precious was very animated. That's right. You're very animated. You make these facial expressions and all. You have such a you get this rubbery face and just. And the stuff. I mean, it's very, very, very funny, you know.
Oh, thank you. I tried to be, entertaining and just not just walk into the ring and, little TNA. I tried to do something to make people laugh or that sort of thing. You know?
And I like. You've become more actively involved. Like I love your Franken Screamer that you were doing.
Thank
that move,
you.
this Franken Screamer.
It's all Crowbar. He showed me that, so. I don't do it too much anymore, but it was fun.
But you've been training as a wrestler, and you've even gotten some more into your repertoire. What else do you do?
Oh, well, I've had a few singles matches, and as of lately, I've had a few singles matches with Malaya Hosaka, and she is just phenomenal wrestler, and really has I learned a lot from her, and our matches have gotten some good reviews and good crowd responses, and haven't gotten the boring chant, so that's all I care about.
That's good. Yeah, you started wearing those wigs at one point, those little wigs.
Yeah, I still wear them.
Yeah. Personally, I love seeing your long black hair. I don't like it when you wear the wigs. But what made you start wearing the wigs is
just something different, just trying to stand out, and there's only so much you can do with butt length black hair, so I just kind of would throw it up, and I've had long hair for 10 years, so it's like you want to cut it, but you don't, so you put the wigs on to temporarily.
Your hair's thin enough to stuff up in those wigs. That's kind of.
Yeah, I just braid it and then put it up and whatever, and
Yeah, and one of my favorite moments with you was well, actually there was that period where Crowbar was doing the 70s thing. Now they weren't planning on making you guys stick with that gimmick, were they?
I don't know. I think that there's really nothing definite in wrestling. I think they just kind of see if whatever works, If it would have caught on and if people would have liked it, then I think that they probably would have stuck with it. But people poo-pooed on it because they like to see Crowbar and myself as the evil, I think, goth character.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. My favorite moment was when you and Crowbar were commentating that match with the wall. You just said the comments you made were just so funny.
The silver fart coming out of his butt.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. Yeah. He looked like it really did look like he did. So I mean, it's calling it like I see it. So
I just wish we could show more of you. I know, like the way you evolved, Daffney. You started getting that little squeaky, funny voice.
That actually happened because I got my tonsils out and I couldn't talk. And that's what my voice really sounded like, so I just kind of stuck with it. And it would get to be like I would put the makeup on, and my voice would just automatically go up like 2 octaves, and you couldn't turn it off. At the end of the night, it'd be like, okay, stop talking like that. It's really annoying. But
I thought it was just adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I got a big kick out of that. Yeah. So we're gonna be seeing your husband's band play tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna see 6 Feet first, and then we're gonna see Fozzy.
Yeah, no, there he is, right there.
Yeah, this is my famous locket that Sammy on the board she always talks about. I told her it's got my husband on one side, Rich, the Duke of Metal, and then my daddy. Is my daddy.
Yeah.
And I got this for Christmas. I don't know if you see this. Because I collect lockets. And there's the Duke.
Who's over there?
That's Steve. That's my cat. That's a kid. Steve, you seen Steve?
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, I have a cat named Mal myself.
What's his name? Mal?
Mal, M-A-O, Mal. Yeah.
Oh, M-A-O?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mal, like Mal.
Yeah,
Mal's tongue.
Yeah, he's the tyrant. He owns the house.
Ah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So that's the Duke.
Yeah, but hey, I heard the story how Rich proposed to you. Want to give me that story?
Yeah, he just proposed to me on stage and at a Suck Mojo show.
Yeah.
Which is cool in Chattanooga at the Bay.
Were you expecting that?
Well, we had talked about, getting married, and I had expressed to him that I knew that he was the one that I was ready. I never thought that I would be in a point in my life where I would, I thought I'd have like a long engagement or date someone for years and then finally. But I was like, no, man, let's go, let's get married. So he just didn't, like, it was like a little after midnight, and he just all of a sudden called my brother out on stage and then was like, get your sister out here, and then Just asked me. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I must have got a great reaction from the audience. Like, wow.
Yeah, it was right before he played Southern Pride, and he's like, I need a Southern lady, and everybody's like, ah. And it was really cool because everyone seemed like genuinely pleased, so that was what was really cool about it.
So that's why if you're gonna do it on stage, that is like,
yeah,
that is so
was
cool.
wild.
How long you and him were going out before you tied it up?
About 2 months.
2 months. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
I snatched him up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's been on Reality Check before with Stuck Mojo. And one of the nicest people I've ever met, I gotta say, on record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful man, just moral and just great, and then just so talented. He's a talented man, but then just a sweetheart too. He's real professional. He'll stay around after a show until, for 2 hours and just make sure he talks to everybody that wants to talk to him and signs whatever, which is really rare and I think really cool. After Mojo did a reunion show and he stayed around for 2 hours and just talked to everybody, which is neat.
It's cool. He's a fellow wrestling geek. Whenever I've gotten together with him, we just like rap wrestling. Just great. You ask him about Precious. I'm sure he remembers Precious. He's probably about. I know before your time, he's probably about the same age as me. So
yeah, I'm sure he knows everybody. Like I call him up when I first got my job because I've gone back and I've done studying and watching the tape so I can give people their props when I meet them and know who is who and just not only watching people work but do find out who people are. But when I first started and I wasn't sure, I'd call him up and be like, so who's this dude? And he'd be like, oh, that's this guy, and this is his finishing move, and he would know, he knows who everybody is. So it's pretty cool.
Wow. Right on. So like, what was your most proudest, most memorable moment in your wrestling career?
Gosh, probably being the Cruiserweight champion. That's what I usually say when people ask that question, because I was so honored to be put in that position. It came in a bad time because I had just gotten my tonsils out and I couldn't really do very much. But I was just flattered that they did it. So
it was the worst officiating I've ever seen in a match, but you got the title.
Hey man, I don't even really know what happened. I just know that I grabbed the belt at the end. And
I know it's just weird. That's a change I've seen in wrestling too. Like they like back in the old days, they would have penalized. That would have been like a disqualification, or the referee would have gotten in trouble for bad officiating or something, and they would have reversed or something. But now they just do like these crazy outcomes where like the referee's job is just to count 1, 2, 3 and not disqualify anybody anymore.
Well,
hardcore coming in and.
Well, I think that because Tammy and I were still in the ring and we were opponents, that there was no count out and. I don't, I know that it was crazy, like a big schmoz and all this crazy stuff happened.
The match with you and Crowbar, actually, that was the one.
Oh yeah, well, when I actually won the title, it was versus Tammy and Chris.
Yeah.
So,
I know it's Tammy, man. I got you have a compilation video that people can get from your website. Yeah, and I was wondering, when Tammy started, God, like her voice was like all deep and like she like wasn't what she used to be.
Yeah, I talked about her on that High Spots video and. I wish her, I wish her all the best, and but I think she had a little at that point when she was with WCW. I think that she had a pretty heavy addiction problem, and didn't take very good care of herself. So
that's unfortunate because she was another girl who I thought like
she was sunny.
Her personality just stood out. I mean that's what some guys. Like with the Sable push, there's so many guys out there just like liking her for the wrong reasons. I mean she has looks, but she has so no mic skills. She was so dull, But Sunny was like so animated and very funny and so cute and perky, and she just was like great. And you were an original, which made you stand up over any other girls that were around. Which is I really think a lot of those big wrestling promoters should really invest in this girl because there's definitely a much more marketing, because the TNA it gets old eventually. I mean they're a dime a dozen,
Hey, and I could do that, but we don't really want to see that because I'm really pale and I got cheese on my legs. So.
I'm sure you look cute, but yes, like we're doing this Fozzy. You were in the Fozzy movie.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, I did just a little cameo role or whatever.
Yeah. Kind of helps your acting career too on your resume, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was cool because it was a good little character and it was a good just a cute little scene. So yeah, I put it on my reel.
Well, actually, I didn't see on the reel you sent me, but
No, I don't. I don't.
Oh, your little reel, your little.
I sent you the highlight. Yeah,
that's your wrestling. Yeah, okay. But you I saw that like 3 times before I actually. Hey.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, like my character on television, like I look totally different than my character on TV. So.
That's why a lot of people don't move. And just something it's talk about the high spots. You were in Santa Claus the movie when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was around 10 years old, and I did that. I lived overseas, and they needed some American kids, so I went and auditioned for that and got the part. And that's how I first got interested in acting, was being in that film and being around it and understand.
Molly.
No, I don't have a Motley Crue patch. Sorry.
Oh well, no Motley Crue patch.
Yeah. Well, the bear.
Hey,
I hung out in the thrash, and they used to beat people up for wearing Motley Crue shirts, and the whole Slayer, Metallica, Exodus, thrash.
Like glam band. Oh, you suck.
Yeah, exactly. Poser, they beat you up and stuff. Back in the day. Yeah, you don't wear no Motley Crue stuff back then.
No.
In the scene I hung out in, anyways. Except the other scene had all the chicks. That was like yeah, we're metal, male bonding, but like there's no girls here. but like something. I had a feeling that if I totally remember the scene you're in, I had a feeling that was you, and I heard you in cycle. She must be the bratty one that beats up the girl.
Yeah, I'm always typecast as a little bitchy girl that, is just mean, and it's not really what I'm like, but I can act like that, so,
Well, Daffney was kind of crazy, but I wouldn't call her mean. She
I was when I first started, I think, but then I had...
when you attack Jerry Only, who we've had on Reality Check before, we know Jerry Only.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
Yeah, you're a big Misfits fan, aren't you?
No, I mean, I just... When I was, I love their stuff or whatever, but, I'm not like a huge, I have all the respect for them and everything, but I have a couple of their earlier albums, but that's just who WCW put me in a storyline for. So a lot of people were like, oh, they got you your job, and then I was like, no, that's not how I got my job at all. I just happened to do a storyline with them first. I got my job through an acting agent. So.
Jerry's cool, isn't he?
He was totally cool. He let me wear his jacket. We did that scene outside the gas station. It was really cold, and he let me wear his jacket, and I had to do the whole biting him on the nose, and he's like, no, lay it in there, make it look good, and he's just really, really nice guy. So.
Yeah. He's a really cool guy, and try to get the wrap up here, but I'm drawing a blank. There's just so much good stuff, and you're just I'm just so stoked that I'm getting this interview.
Hey man, you got me, you got 6 Feet, and you got Fozzy, all in the same place at the same time.
All these birds. So anyways, we want to give your website a plug.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna plug the Fozzy shirt because I've been wearing it under here, but it's so cold. I thought California was warm, but it's
not
been
this time of year. It's not.
It's been freezing. So we got a Fozzy shirt. And it says on the back.
Oh, you got your tattoo too.
No, I'm plugging. I'm proud to be a Fozzy Floozy.
Proud to be a Fozzy Floozy.
Because
I'm. Let's get a shot of the tattoo.
I'm the original Fozzy Floozy.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, man.
And now you're a reality chick.
Yes, I am. I got my Reality Check T-shirt, baby doll shirt.
You got that?
Yeah, I've worn it like twice.
Oh my God!
I've worked in it before. So,
wow.
So just so you know, not on TV because TCW doesn't have TV yet, but live show.
Yeah, no, you always wore those T-shirts that you created.
Yeah, I still do. I've made some new ones. I finally made the one that Viola from Pretty Evil. She said, make one that says "Your ad here." So I made it, and I wore it as pink, and I wore it last week for the first time with my pink wig and my pink glowy ring and my pink bracelet that glitters. I got this, and she look, yeah, right, yeah. I always like when I see stuff at the mall like $4. I'm like, oh, I gotta have that for Daffney. So I got it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you get the Christmas gift I sent you still.
I know. I got it. Well, I gotta check.
It'd be a good prop for you. I'll say that much.
Cool.
But what are some of the T-shirts that we haven't seen on TV that you've been wearing?
Well, I made one that said "Scream for Me," and I made one that says "Scream Machine," and I made one that says "You're at here," and that's the ones that I've done lately. I have one that says "Daff," because my old one that said "Daff" got all messed up. So, and I'm always open for suggestions. So,
yeah, my favorite thing, I saw it in a WCW magazine. It's the one shirt that I thought totally summed up Daffney. Said "Me so crazy."
Yeah, that was.
That was a really good one. And as a matter of fact, speaking of Rich wrote your theme music, your ring entrance music that you use.
It's on that highlight reel. And yeah, he just did it for me. He was in the studio recording a 6-beat song, and so he went ahead and recorded it for me. So
Is that just your voice being overlaid over and over, or did you scream in every take?
Oh no, he just took a sample.
That's him going scream.
No, that's a sample from I don't know what. I can't remember what he said, but that's a sample too.
Okay, that is okay. So we want to give a shout out to our Daffney that we always correspond with.
Daffney arrived, you rule.
Yeah.
And on my website, scream-queen.com, my website that Danny's on all the time because he rules.
Yeah, I'm on that. I just want to say hi to all those people. Zero Zuma and Malakup and Viola and Katie and
Lila and
they're all such nice kids. That's what
they're so sweet.
I just like
Sammy, Steffi. They just all Mabo in Birmingham. All right, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna go meet Mabo, which is really cool because he's always loyal. So Bifkus. I mean, they're all just so good kids, which is why I like them so much. Because I'm always like, eat your vegetables and get good grades, and they all really do that.
I'm probably the old guy on the board, but
no, I know Zuma's out of college and he has a regular job and he works and
he's younger than me though. He's still in his 20s.
But they're all just, I love them to death. They're all great.
Yeah, I know. I was going there like this. Eventually, it just became this addiction. I love corresponding with all these people and just rapping with them, and then we get to correspond with you. I mean, you keep in touch with your fans. You're really good to your fans. I mean, you email everybody back.
I try when my computer's not messed up, or I'm not like this past week has been real busy for me. But then I usually try to get on there and say I'll be out of town for a week and I'll check in later or whatever. But yeah, I answer all my emails if you email me. I do.
Yeah. It's Shannon at screamqueen.com. Scream-queen.com.
Oh yeah.
Get the dash in there. You'll otherwise you get some Linnea Quigley thing or something.
I know somebody bought, but I mean Scream Queen. When you think about B movies and Jamie Lee Curtis, I can see where someone would buy Scream Queen. So.
How'd you like NAMM this week?
It was cool. Rich had a signing yesterday, so we really didn't get to walk around very much. Tomorrow we're going to go and I really want to go to the Gibson booth because I'm trying to get him a Gibson guitar, and I think tomorrow will be the day that I'll get to really kind of check it out, and then we're going to go to Disneyland. Woohoo! All right.
All right. Schmooze all the rocks. Okay, well, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you,
I love you to death. All right. You want to give a big scream for us?
No, because they might call the cops.
Okay.
I want to hear this. Ah!
Right.
I just don't want to freak anybody out.
Daffney,
Reality
goodbye.
check.